There you are! Glad you could make it! It's been quite a year, hasn't it? Come, have a seat. And also, please try one of these cookies. They're still warm.
No, no, you cannot eat me. Now watch me. Huh?
Wait, what? Hello everyone and welcome. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and a joyful holiday season. Today I'm taking you behind the scenes of my animation workflow. Specifically how I rig my characters and generate motion capture data in record time. This pipeline is total lifesaver for 2026, so let's dive right in. For this Christmas special, I wanted to interact with a gingerbread man. I found a 3D model online and rigged it myself using AutoRig Pro in Blender. It's simple. Select your mesh, hit get selected objects, and define the core joints: neck, chin, shoulders, wrists, root, and ankles. Since he's just a cookie, we can skip the fingers and focus on the face, using shape keys instead of complex bone rig. I'll show you why in a second. Once you're done with your joints, hit go, and there you have your armature. We're gonna match it to a rig. Awesome. But the rig is not bound to the character. We'll go to the skin tab, select the model, and shift select the rig, and then press bind to make your rig work. Well done. Using shape keys for this character just made more sense. Your first key is the basis, the default look. And a second key, name it like, I don't know, angry eyebrows, enter edit mode and tweak the mesh. Now you can dial the expression in and out whenever you want. I did the same thing for the mouth movements to give him some personality. Now the most important part, the animation. I'm using QMAI, a game-changing, affordable mocap solution that turns 2D video into 3D data. Just upload your video, choose your format. I prefer the Mixamo skeleton for compatibility, and set your frame rate. At 30 FPS, this video only costs about 20 V coins, and this video is like, I don't know, 1 minute and 30 seconds or something like that. Anyways, hit generate, and in 30 seconds, the magic happens. Look at that. Perfect motion with zero hardware. If you want to check QMAI more, the link is in the description. Next, we import that mocap data back into Blender and retarget it using AutoRig Pro. By selecting that Mixamo FK preset, the bones align automatically. Since our gingerbread man doesn't have a standard T-pose, I'll do some quick interactive tweaks to polish the stance. Now we're ready for Unreal Engine. In Unreal, we simply import the animation onto our existing cookie skeleton. Look at him go. His motion is incredibly fluid and is very cute. We've successfully retargeted our motion capture data, but that brings us to a crucial question. How do we control the facial expressions? If you recall, we assigned several shape keys back in Blender. The good news is they're still right here within our skeleton mesh in Unreal. Though they've undergone a name change, they're now known as Morph Targets. They retain the exact variable names we gave them in Blender. If you move these sliders in the mesh editor, you'll see the expressions come to life just as they did before. Now, this is great for testing, but how do we actually animate these values within the level sequencer? Directly manipulating the skeleton mesh in the sequencer isn't the most effective route. Instead, we're going to build a more robust system using Blueprint. First, let's create a new Blueprint class. An actor will work perfectly for this. In the top left corner, we'll add a skeleton mesh component and assign the gingerbread cookie to it. Next, head over to the event graph. We need to create two float variables to drive the eyebrows and the mouth. To make sure these are accessible later, we must check both instance editable and expose to cinematics. The logic is straightforward. Drag in your skeleton mesh node and connect it to a set morph target block. We'll trigger this through the event tick to ensure real-time updates. Since we have two separate morph targets, we'll duplicate the block. Plug your variables into the value input, and this is vital, manually type the exact morph target names into the blocks. If you've forgotten the names, you can always double check them in skeleton mesh asset. Finally, back in the sequencer, we'll add our blueprint actor. We can easily apply the retargeted animation, but for the facial expressions, look under the properties section. You'll find our exposed variables there. You can now add keys and animate these values directly on the timeline. If you notice the face isn't changing in the viewport immediately, don't worry, this will definitely show up in your final render. However, if you want to preview the effect live, Simply click the white plate icon to start the simulation. And there you have it, a fully expressive character driven by a professional animation pipeline in 2026. Lastly, I wanted to show you the versatility of the pipeline when working with different characters. Since Unreal Engine now features built-in mixing-mode and metahuman retargeting presets, I believe they have it since the Unreal Engine 5.1 or something. Anyways, I didn't actually need to go back to Blender for the metahuman characters. However, because our Gingerbread friend had a highly customized rig in Auto Rig Pro, the Blender step was essential for his specific proportions. For the metahuman, the process is incredibly streamlined. I simply right-click on the QuickMagic AI motion capture asset and select Retarget Animations. I choose the metahuman skeletal mesh as a target, and boom! The mocap data is instantly remapped and ready to use. Now all that's left is to bring the metahuman into the sequencer, apply the new animation track, and our digital actor is fully synchronized with the rest of the scene. Oh, and by the way, you can always refine your actions once you bake your animations into control rig. For instance, here the head is a bit off, so I can bake it and refine it. This is the animation pipeline you need to know in 2026. It has never been easier to produce Hollywood quality films from the comfort of your own home. Just imagine 5 or 10 years ago. This required expensive hardware and hours of manual bomb mapping. Today, it's just a few clicks away. Before I go, I want to take a moment to give a very special thanks to the QuickMagic AI team. They gave me a chance back in 2025 when I was first exploring these tools, and their support has been instrumental in my journey. We have some even bigger and more ambitious projects lined up together for 2026, and I can't wait to show you what's coming next. But most importantly, my friends, I want to thank you, the viewers. None of this would have been possible without your constant support, your comments, and your curiosity. You're the reason I keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible from a home studio. Thank you all for watching, and as always, keep creating. I wish you all a very happy new year.